With the holidays in December, I always want to slow things down a bit. So this year, I made 5 Christmas cards inspired by the simple joys of the season. And I want to share the stories behind them while I draw. When I think about slowing down in December, the first image that always comes to mind is reading, not drawing. Because somehow reading always feels like such a relaxing activity, especially reading by the window, under the natural sunlight. So I started with this card. Reading was a big part of my life growing up. I read all kinds of stuff, from monthly magazines to educational children's books, and of course manga. Back then, when I was a kid, paper magazines were still very popular. My school was very close to home, so I usually walked, and on the way there, we had a few bookstores. I loved stopping by to look at what new magazines they have, and sometimes even buy one with my allowance. I enjoyed sci-fi, literature, manga, anime, and even fashion magazines. Elle was a big one back then when I was in China, and because my mom liked it, we always had a few lying around at home. I would always flip through them like picture books. I also read sci-fi novels and fairy tales, although I don't remember many details now. I have a pretty poor memory. Back in the old days, there was no internet. Can you even imagine that? And TV programs were limited. If we want to watch a movie, we either rented it or go to the theater. So books were my main source of entertainment, and I bring them everywhere. I read after school, on trips, and even while I was eating. But slowly over the years, at one point, the books were replaced by TV, and then the internet, and now our phones. Despite the abundance of entertainment these days, I still love books. It just feels really nice to be able to see the whole thing, holding it, flipping the pages, and making notes on them. When I don't understand something, I can flip back, and the sentence is still just right there. It's an experience I don't think any digital app can fully replace. I tried to use Kindle, but only was able to finish one book in it. I still keep reference book in there because it has its own merits. It's convenient and I can bring it everywhere and I can do the search, but the whole experience is just different. Recently, I got a book about creativity. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish during Christmas, but I know I'll spend some time, just like this bunny, reading on my beanbag by the window. And I think this card is perfect for someone who enjoys spending their quiet, alone time reading. I already have someone in mind. I'm sure you do too. After all that quiet time, I feel a little more playful. Like, winter with all these snow is also an excuse to go outside. Except when it's super cold or snowy, like here in Toronto, of course. After moving to Canada, although there are a lot of snow here, I haven't even built a single snowman. But growing up in northern China, I did it all the time. The weather was very similar to Toronto, just with less snow. So when there was a big snowfall, it felt like an event. I grabbed my parents or friends, go outside, build snowman, and of course, have snowball fights. I stopped building snowmen as I grew older, but I kept doing snowball fights all the way through university in Toronto. One of my friends back then was just as childish as I was. On those snowy days after school, with our other friends walking with us, watching and talking like adults, we would fight all the way from the library to the subway station, picking up snow from the sidewalk and throwing it at each other. Snow would fall into our collars, inside our clothes. It was freezing, but we didn't care. Maybe I should start doing that again during my morning walks. For this card, I wanted to tell a small story. The first card was just a cozy scene on the cover, but this time I wanted to build up some anticipation. So the friend sets it up, and when you open the card, the sentence is completed. The mischievous aggressor becomes the victim. This card feels perfect for someone who never really outgrew snowball fights, or at least to still have a very playful inner child. I definitely know who I'd give this one to. Yep, my snowball fight partner. Once the cold starts to creep in, it feels nice to come back inside and do something cozy together. I've never owned or decorated a Christmas tree myself, it's just not our tradition. But I love imagining the chaos and joy of these moments. The bunnies are too small to reach the top, so somehow they found a turtle. My mom has 2 pet turtles, and that's where the idea came from. They stand on the turtle, stacked on top of each other, and trying to put the star on. I really enjoy drawing small creatures doing wacky things. The bunnies at the top is even pulling on the ear of the one below. Will they reach the top? Probably not. They still look a bit far away, and the whole stack feel like it's gonna topple at any moment. This card was inspired by the chaotic moments with my friends. Our gatherings usually started pretty normal, like celebration after exam or somebody's birthday, just the normal things you do with friends. But it always turned into something strange. I remember there was once that we thought we could use melted molasses to make sculptures and sell it in the night market. So we bought a lot of jars of molasses and trying to practice, and of course made a mess. And we gave up on that really quickly. Another time, we gathered and helped one friend to pack and move. After a whole morning of hard work, we were trying to find some stuff to cook from the fridge. We found some potatoes, but it turned out they were months old and grew super long roots, filling up the drawers. How long did she leave them there? We didn't end up cooking anything from the fridge, but we had a good time. At the time, I sometimes felt like I was observing from another dimension, thinking, wow, someday these will be memories that I treasure. And looking back, they really are. How time flies. As we grew older, we often lose that sense of fun. Life feels stressful, and we become very careful with our own time and energy, not wanting to, quote-unquote, waste them. But I think it's healthy to let loose sometimes, or at least to notice the small fun moments. When things go wrong, it is okay to laugh and enjoy it anyway. You need to clean up regardless, why not do it in a good mood? That's why the inside of this card shows everything go wrong. The bunnies are tangled in gold ribbons dangling from the ceiling. I wanted to show that laughter can be entangling and contagious. When one person is in a good mood, the people around them often feels happier too. This card makes me think of my friends who turn even the messiest moment into something fun. If you have someone like that in your life, this one is for them. After all the decorating, Christmas is getting close. This is when the party starts, and naturally, the kitchen becomes the next gathering place. These clumsy moments are so memorable when people genuinely care and try their best, even if things don't go perfectly. One of my friends is amazing at baking. Her desserts are always the highlight of any of our gatherings, especially at Christmas. There was one year she made a log cake. It was beautiful with all the wood textures hand-carved in there and decorations. But the party was at my place, not hers. We lived pretty close, but we had to figure out a way to transport it. My dad drove us, and the two of us guarded the cake in the back seat for the entire 20 minutes drive. If you know downtown Toronto, you know how bumpy the roads are. Potholes, constructions everywhere. The cake was not the basic log cake. It has a shorter branch, split out from the main trunk. And it's not on the side, it's carefully stacked on top, connected using cream and toothpicks. We guarded super closely the whole ride, watching the whole cake bouncing and jiggling, worried that it's gonna come off. There was actually no point watching, because even if it comes off, there was nothing we could do. Well, I guess we could use our hands to smosh it back on somehow. Anyway, amazingly, the cake arrived in one piece, and of course, it was delicious. And that's what I want this card to feel like. On the inside, everyone is enjoying the pie, while a few mischievous bunnies are playing with decorations on the side. It's such a happy scene. I usually love simple and cute things, but when I use watercolor, I tend to overcomplicate them. This time I chose to use alcohol markers and ink for a cleaner and more colorful look. This year has been about learning who I am and what I love, and being honest with myself as an artist. I think making these cards brought me one step closer. I especially love the metallic orange. It works so well with the apple pie and makes the card feel warm and festive and delicious. This feels like a card for someone who brings people together through food, messy kitchens, good laughters, and warm memories included. After all the parties, it's finally Christmas Eve. The anticipation can be really exciting. Even though I don't celebrate Christmas, it's still one of my favorite times of the year. It's the end of the year, a time to wrap up, reflect, and take a break before starting something new. I usually start counting down in November. The anticipation of finally getting to the holidays is so maddening yet exciting. Thinking about reading books, drawing more, and finally slowing down with all the time I have makes me tingle with anticipation. I feel like a school kid waiting for summer vacation. I'm also planning to go to the zoo during the break. I've always found animals fascinating, but I never allow myself to go to the zoo unless I'm traveling to another country. Recently I had an urge to draw more of them, so I started with the bunnies and added the deer, and now I wanted to expand my characters. Although winter might not be the best time to go to the zoo, but it's a start. It might get me to go more often when the weather warms up. I wonder if I can go sketching in the zoo when it's nicer weather. Either way, I think it'll be a good source of inspiration. On the cover of this card, the bunny can't contain his excitement, imagining what kind of gift he'll be getting. But if we open it up on the inside, we're not even sure if the gift will arrive on time because the reindeer is taking a break. He is sitting under the tree, drinking coffee, eating donuts. His harness is set on the ground beside him. This card feels especially important. It's for someone who's been doing a lot all year and really deserve a pause. I'm sure that's all of us. Because alcohol markers bleed through the paper, I always draw the inside on a separate sheet. And after gluing everything together, they're finally complete. The metallic paints look amazing, perfect for the holiday vibe. I like that each card ended up reminding me of a different person or sometimes a different version of myself. I hope these little cards and the stories behind them reminds you to slow down and notice the simple joys of December. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a Merry Christmas and I'll see you in the next year. Bye!